You see that watch on his wrist, the one that costs more than your house. But here's what the rich know that you don't. That $500,000 watch is actually one of the most expensive mistakes you could ever make, and not for the reason you think. The price tag isn't the trap. It's the invisible cost that comes after every single year, without fail. The kind of cost that separates true wealth from the illusion of it. Picture this. You save for years. You finally buy the Patek Philippe, the one with the diamonds, the one everyone notices, the one that signals you've made it. Now you own it. Congratulations. You've just signed up for a lifetime of maintenance fees that could buy a new car every 12 months. Here's the math they don't show you in the luxury magazine ads. A Patek Philippe Grandmaster chime costs over $2 million, but that's just entry. Every 3 to 5 years, you need a full service. That service runs between $5,000 and $20,000, depending on the complication, depending on the damage, depending on whether you actually wear the thing. And let's be honest, if you're paying $2 million for a watch, you're wearing it. You're showing it off. You're taking it to dinner. You're flying with it. You're living with it. And every time you move your wrist, tiny gears are grinding. Tiny springs are compressing. Tiny pieces of Swiss engineering are slowly wearing down. The service isn't optional. It's mandatory. Patek Philippe won't even honor their warranty if you skip the service intervals. Think about that. You just spent the price of a mansion on a wristwatch. And now the manufacturer is telling you that you have to keep paying them forever. Or the watch becomes a very expensive paperweight. Here's what most people don't understand. A Rolex service costs about $800. A Patek service costs $20,000. A Richard Mille service costs upwards of $40,000. That's not maintenance. That's a second mortgage for a watch you already bought. But the service is just the beginning. What happens if you drop it? What happens if you scratch the crystal? What happens if water gets in? That's not a simple repair. That's a catastrophic event. We're talking $50,000, $100,000, even $200,000 for a full restoration. That's the kind of money that buys a small business, or a college education, or a down payment on a rental property that actually generates income. You know what rich people do differently here? They don't fight these costs. They don't complain about them. They don't pretend they don't exist. They build them into their budget. But here's the thing. Most people can't afford to do that because they spent everything just to buy the watch in the first place. This is the hidden test of true wealth. Can you afford the object? Yes. Can you afford to keep the object? That's a completely different question. And that's where the illusion shatters. The watch doesn't make you wealthy. It doesn't increase your net worth. It doesn't generate income. It doesn't appreciate in value like the salesman told you. Most luxury watches lose 30 to 50% of their value the moment you walk out of the boutique. The only ones that hold value are the ones you can't buy, the ones reserved for celebrities, the ones that require you to already be a billionaire just to get on the list. So what do you do with this information? You don't buy the watch. Not yet. You build the wealth first. You invest in assets that generate cash flow. You buy index funds. You buy rental properties. You buy businesses. Then, and only then, when the maintenance cost feels like pocket change, you consider the watch, not as a status symbol, but as a reminder of what you built. And when you finally do buy it, you'll know the truth. The real luxury isn't owning the watch. It's being able to forget how much it costs to own it.